Hi guys, and welcome back to my World of Warcraft Let's Play series. In this episode, we have our level 55 Death Knight Jessamine. I believe back in the Panda video, I had said that that was the last one and we wouldn't be doing any more. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I forgot all about the Death Knight. So I have this playthrough for you here, and if memory serves me correctly, we will only be going to maybe 3 or 4 levels for the Death Knight. I think till like level 58, 57. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I do not remember. It's been quite some time since I played a Death Knight, probably since the very first launch of the Death Knights. So after all of the other expansions came through, I did not play, so I have no idea if anything was changed, if it all stayed the same. I might recognize some things, but either way, we are going to be officially completed with this entire series once the Death Knight is out onto the channel. So after that, we can focus on Legion content, and if you were interested in having me do a full playthrough with one of these characters, we can certainly talk about that later, and I can do an entire video and you guys can tell me what you would like. So without further interruption, here is Jessamine entering the world of Warcraft.
A hero, that's what you once were. You stood boldly against the shadow and purchased another dawn for the world with your life. But the evil you fought is not so easily banished. The victory you claimed, not so easily held. For now, the specter of death looms above the world yet again, and it has found new champions to bring about its final reign. Knights of darkness, wielding runes of death and destruction, bound by the will of the Lich King. This is the hour of their ascension. This is the hour of your dark rebirth.
Okay, here we are. There is Arthas, the Lich King, and here is Jessamine, our knight that is dead. So, let's get ourselves all set up here. I remember the auto loot this time. Fantastic. And I believe that we have a talent specialization to pick. So we have the blood specialization, which is our tank. That is a dark guardian who manipulates and corrupts life energy to sustain herself in the face of an enemy onslaught. We have the damage, which is Frost, an icy harbinger of doom, channeling runic power and delivering vicious weapon strikes. And we also have another damage specialization with Unholy, which is a master of death and decay, spreading infection and controlling undead minions to do her bidding. So I think we're going to go with the Unholy, because that sounds pretty awesome to me. And we have a good number of talents down here, or not talents, abilities down here. We have the Death Grip, we have the Icy Touch, we have Plague Strike, which will require our melee weapon, Blood Boil, and Death Coil, and of course our Racial Arcane Torrent. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk to Arthas.
Speak.
In service of the Lich King, all that I am, anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality, so that you may herald in a new dark age for the Scourge. Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance. You will become my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight. Report to Instructor Ratsuvius in the heart of Acherus. So let's go ahead and accept that. And head on over. Pretty sure it's going to be this way. There's nowhere else we can go. And yes, I see him over here. Rasuvius. All of these are bosses in the Naxxramas dungeon. So that's pretty cool.
Below us, the Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work.
I already said all of that.
Hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance.
Are you done?
Will become
Nope.
my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
Okay, I hope you're done now. Mr. Will you please stop walking away from me? Razuvius, you have heard the call of the Lich King Death Knight. Now is the time to answer your master. The single most important piece of equipment to a Death Knight is the rune blade. It is through the rune blade that a Death Knight commands the powers of frost, blood, and the unholy. The rune blade also acts as a vessel to store the Death Knight's runic power. The time has come to create your first rune blade. Search the weapon racks on this floor and locate a battle-worn sword. Once found, take the sword to a nearby rune forge and use it to create a rune blade. Search the weapon racks in Ebonhold for a battle-worn sword. And then we can go to the rune forge and take care of it there. This looks like what we need. So let's go ahead and I think it's one of these guys. Yeah, here's the rune forge. And we will go ahead. Yeah. We have lots of bags here. Start us out nice and equipped. The rune blade is an extension of your being. A Death Knight cannot battle without a rune blade. Well done, Jessamine. You have successfully created your first... Don't walk away from me.
Make it quick.
Your first rune-bladed weapon. With it you will sow the seeds of chaos and destruction. In your wake will be a bloodied field of battle, littered with the corpses of all that would dare oppose the scourge. So we are learning the rune forging, and we will get our runed soul blade. I'm sure we can go ahead and equip that now. Rune forging is preparation for battle. The mark of war is etched indelibly upon your soul, Death Knight. You have learned the dark art of rune forging, and with it you will engrave runes of power upon your weaponry. Preparations for battle must be made. Return to one of the rune forges here in the heart of Acherus, and use the power of rune forging to emblazon your weapon with a rune of power. Return to me when your blade glows with dark energy. So Instructor Razuvius in Ebonhold has commanded you to use your rune forging ability to engrave a rune of your choosing upon your rune soul blade. So let's go back, and we will use our rune forging ability, the rune of Acherus, which affixes your weapon with a rune that causes 4% extra weapon damage as frost damage and increases enemies' vulnerability to your frost attacks by 2%, stacking up to 5 times. Let's go ahead and do that. Look at all the mighty power that we now possess. Awesome. So we'll go back to Instructor Razuvius. Stay put. Remember these words, Death Knight. The Runeforge is a scourge instrument. It exists only in Acherus, Naxxramas, and the Heart of Icecrown. You may only emblazon your weaponry at a Runeforge. Return often and emblazon all of your weapons. A Death Knight must be prepared for all that would dare oppose her. Yes, sir. The Endless Hunger. The endless hunger will soon take hold of you, Death Knight. When it does, you will feel pain immeasurable. There is only one remedy for the suffering. The hunger must be sated. I give you the key to your salvation. Chained to the heart of Acherus are those deemed unworthy of the Dark Brotherhood. Use the key to free an unworthy initiate. Allow them to equip their gear and battle you for their freedom. Kill, and the pain will cease. Fail, and suffer for eternity. Live or die, the choice is yours to make. So now we gotta go find the unworthy initiates.
Ashes to ashes.
And we have to slay them. They are down there in the pit. That's what I say. Alright. Ah, up here. You soulless initiate. Alright, and now we have to also figure out our abilities here. We got Death Grip. I'm sure I'm not going to have time to figure this out. Alright. Let's just start hitting some of these buttons and see what happens. I think that sounds like a good idea. Alright. And he's defeated. You're dominated. Total destruction. Okay, let's head over back to Razuvius and see if he likes what we've done, if he approves of our work.
I will listen.
As expected, my chosen knight has triumphed. You are ready, Jessamine. The Eye of Acherus. Behold, Acherus, the grand citadel of death. It has no equal in this world. Not even the mighty Naxxramas could withstand a direct assault from the Ebon Hold. Looming above the face of the necropolis is the all-seeing Eye of Acherus. He is such a jerk. Get over here. From it, the Master is able to see great distances into the territories held by our enemies. What the eye sees, the Lich King sees, and now the time has come for you to peer through the eye. The Lich King has called for you, Jessamine. Go now. Suffer well, sister. So let's go back to Arthas, and we will see what it is that he would like us to do. And I'm just assuming, this is just my opinion, but Blizzard doesn't want us to read the quests. Because if they did, these NPCs wouldn't constantly walk away. Or maybe they just think that you can read faster. I'm a pretty slow reader. And besides, I'm trying to read it with inflection and like I'm trying to entertain you, but it's probably not working out very well. Lich King! The time to spill the blood of our enemies approaches. You must first learn what it is that you seek to destroy before rushing headlong into battle. It is what separates a Death Knight from a mindless ghoul. I will grant you sight beyond sight, my champion. You will use the Eye of Acherus to steal our enemies' secrets. Death comes from on high. Towering above this platform is the Eye of Acherus. From it you will call forth a probe that you will then use to analyze Scarlet Crusade fortifications at New Avalon. The Eye has a host of powers that should make the acquisition of this data simple. Use the Eye's siphon to analyze the Forge, Town Hall, Hold, and Chapel. The Eye's control mechanisms are located on either side of this platform. Waste no more time, Jessamine. The Scourge will have this place. The Lich King commands it. So he wants us to use one of these little globes. Alright. To do some destruction. The Eye of Acherus launches towards its destination. Is this where we're going? We're going to Havenshire. So what do we have down here? We have the siphon. This is what I would want to use. Oh, let's shroud ourselves. Oh, now it's in our control. Whoops. Okay, so let's go over here where those red arrows are. Here we go. Alright, that was the Scarlet Hold. What's over this way? This is probably what looks like the Forge. So we'll go ahead and use it there. Is that the Forge? Yeah. And now let's... Ooh, now we're in disguise. They can't see us. Where are we over here? This is probably the town hall. Yep. Here we go. Let's siphon that baby. And then the next one, let's hide in the meantime. Ah, there it is. It is the Chapel of the Crimson Flame. Let's go ahead and siphon that. I think the Lich King will be pleased. Ooh. Let's take him back. Awesome. He should be pleased with our work. All right, Lich King Arthas. They prepare for battle as expected, but there is something else. I sense an old enemy, an enemy that I destroyed long ago. It matters not. We will send the full might of the Scourge against them before they have a chance to evacuate their homes and put in place their defenses. So let's go ahead and complete that quest. The might of the Scourge. Listen well, Death Knight, for I give to you the words that will start a war. My final judgment has been passed. Death. To all, none shall stand so boldly against the might of the Scourge without reprisal. As you have served me well in your first task, so too shall you serve me in your next task. Take my judgment to High Lord Mograine at the command post of Acherus, found on the first floor. Tell him to begin the assault. And when the crusade has been dealt with, we will finish off the Argent Dawn. So the Lich King commands you to carry his orders to High Lord Darian Mograine at Ebonhold. Use the glowing transporter behind the Lich King to reach High Lord Darian. So we'll get... Oh, so while we're in Acherus, the Death Knight is able to move 75% faster. And we'll also get an amulet. That's fancy. Alright, so there's supposed to be a glowing something. A glowing transporter. This looks like it's glowing. That would be it. Okay, High Lord Darian Mograine. You have an awesome looking horse. And so do you, Baron. I want these horses. What can I do for you? The horns of war will soon echo across this land, waking the dead and calling forth the Scourge war machine. Woe unto those that would stand in our way. You and your brethren will lead the charge, Jessamine. When next I look upon the Scarlet Lands, my sight will be obscured by the legions of Acherus. The march upon New Avalon begins now. Alright, well, since we got our amulet, we might as well put it on. Report to Scourge Commander Thalanor. Scourge Commander Thalanor awaits your arrival at the overhang located directly southeast of our current position. Report to Thalanor and requisition a Scourge Griffin to deliver you to Death's Breach. So Prince Valinor will be waiting for us down below. So we need to find a Griffin. No, not those. They're Valkyries. Ooh, look how fast I'm going. Wee, wee, wee. Oh, over here. Wait. Oh, here he is. Scourge Commander Thalanor. The war has begun, Death Knight. I shall place you upon my finest griffin and deliver you to Death's Breach. Chaos, death, destruction. You will herald in all of this and more. Below Acherus stands Death's Breach, the staging point for our assault upon the Scarlet Crusade. You are to ride one of my Scourge Griffins located on either side of this platform and report to Prince Valinor. Do as he says, and you may live to see these lands fall before us. So let's do that. This guy is really cool. This Scourge Griffin. I want one of those as well. Hopefully they can tell us how we can get one of those, because I would really like to know. So let's go ahead and talk to Prince Valinor. Do you smell it? Valinor sniffs at the air. Fresh meat. The scent of Scarlet Crusader wafts through the air. Valinor salivates. Okay, that is gross. Playthrough's over. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. That was really disgusting. Prince Valinor. And look at him. Look at his teeth. Gross. Apologies, Death Knight. I'm sure you're not interested in my choice of fine cuisine. You think I'm not. You're gross. You are here to work, to lead the charge. Yes, I know. The Lich King has told me all that I need to know about you, Jessamine. The time for bloodshed is now. If chaos drives, let suffering hold the reins. They make their stand now outside of Death's Breach, futilely attempting to push us back in hopes of saving their horses, mines, lumber, and citizens. Guys, I'm very sorry if you're hearing traffic in the background. It's a beautiful day here where I am sitting, and we have the windows open, so of course there's cars and all kinds of things making all kinds of noise while I'm trying to record. So I apologize in advance for that. This will be your first lesson in Scourge warfare, terror. Go to the front lines south of here and destroy Scarlet Crusaders. Leave their corpses so that we may utilize them for the Death March. But most importantly, kill the fleeing villagers. Soldiers dying are an affordance, but villagers? That is what strikes fear into the hearts of man. Prince Valinar, at Death's Breach, commands you to slay 10 Scarlet Crusaders or Scarlet Peasants and 10 citizens of Havenshire. Why the citizens? Why are we killing citizens? Why did I bother spending all this time on my hair when you're just not even gonna see it? I guess that's what we are. I guess we just destroy. Death, destruction, despair. I get it. I get it. Alright. Well, I think that is a great place to leave off for this first part of the playthrough. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up or give me a comment below. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.